Yo, what's up guys? Today I'm gonna be showing you guys how to play on Arena, because Arena is kind of an unusual map where you can't really do the same kind of build orders because the rush distance is so short. Also, I'm trying out a new microphone today, and this is the AT-AT20, and this is kind of more of a studio microphone, so it's way higher quality, but I feel like you guys can hear everything that is going on over here. Like, I have the window open. I think you guys could hear the cars going by and so on. So let me know if this microphone is better or if I should keep using the Siberia Elite microphone, where you can only hear my voice, but the quality is a bit lower. Anyways, going into this replay, we're gonna play PvP, and I'm gonna show you guys how to play PvP on this map, because this is kind of unusual. As I said, the rush distance is really short, so you can get one base all in or two base all in really quickly, but the opening is still the same as the other replay I just uploaded 2 days ago. You go for a 14 Pylon, 16 gate, 16 gas, 17 second gas, 19 second gateway, 20 cyber core, and then you go for 2 stalker mothership core and 3rd Pylon. So this is the normal opening as we always do in PvP, but the follow-up has to be kind of differently, because the rush distance is so short. You want to scout with the mothership core, and as you can see, you also want to push with the stalkers, but maybe you want to scout the 3rd base and so on, though we found the probe, so that's not necessary. So always scout with the mothership core, because the difference between scouting and not scouting is that if it's at home, you're gonna have 50 more energy, but if you scout, he cannot push you. So here's what you have to do: scout, build 4 stalkers instead of 2 before you expand, and then of course try to see if you can get some probe kills. I think he got 2, so our stalkers was a little bit delayed, but the point is still, scout, build 4 stalkers instead of 2, so you can deny his mothership, and then try to see if you can make this double prong attack. So as you can see, I pushed and then I scouted with the mothership core, and I can see that he's going for 4 stalker, 2 sentry, which is the normal build order. And it seems like we both got 2 kills each. So this is how you can play: 4 stalker, push, scout with mothership core. And then behind this, you go for a Nexus as soon as you can afford it. I think it's about 32 supply. I'm gonna write the build order down in the description of the YouTube video. So, anyways, we have 4 stalker, mothership, expand, and then we build a Robo. But notice this. This is actually kind of funny. I realized the difference between taking a 3rd and staying on 2 bases for a long time is actually that if you take a 3rd, you're forcing the opponent to push. But if you take 2 bases, you're kind of insecure about what's gonna happen. Because if you're on 2 bases, the opponent can go for blink, very fast forge, maybe faster than yours, and then blink. And it's really hard to scout, so instead of just waiting and not doing anything, you're gonna play a kind of a gimmicky play here. You're gonna take the really fast 3rd base, and there is no disadvantage almost because let's say he went for a Stargate, we would have these units over here, but because I scouted sentries, if you're going for a sentry, you're not going for a Stargate, because sentries are really gas expensive. So we know he's not going for a Stargate, right? And then this is why we push over here. So if you're taking a 3rd base and he's not going Stargate, you're gonna build a lot of sentries and immortals and have the ground advantage. So blink is very delayed with this build order, mostly because blink is more for mobility. It gives you access to kill oracles and phoenixes and defend easily and move around the map while not losing any units. But the thing is, with immortals, you're gonna have powerful units, and that is why you're gonna be taking this 3rd base, because you're not trying to defend any, 2nd base or 3rd base. You're only going to defend the 3rd base. You're not going to move around the map or, try to out micro him. You're just going to stay here, sit, and not move. You don't need the mobility, and you don't really need to harass. You're just going to have a solid army with force fields that is going to split his army in half. So when the opponent scouts your third base, right? He's gonna do two things. He can take his third base, and on top of that, he's gonna push you if he doesn't have a Stargate. So here's the response. What you do when he doesn't have a Stargate? You're just gonna mass blink stalkers, and stalkers, and then go blink later on. As I said, I'm gonna post the exact big build order in the description below. But right now, I want to focus on how you play this map, because this is such a different map. So as you can see, we have 2 Immortals, 4 sentries, and a lot of stalkers. But we don't have blink, and we are not building any more probes because we are already ahead in economy. So when you know he's gonna push, you're gonna mass stalkers. You're never gonna build adepts or zealots because they don't deal enough damage when you are both gonna force field. So you wanna have ranged units, mainly Immortals and stalkers, to deal the damage while you're force fielding. Because once you force field, the units are gonna get out of position. You know, they cannot go through the force field. That is why you don't build adepts, because adepts only have 4 range, while stalkers have 6 range. So notice, you can see when we are force fielding, we cannot engage with zealots and adepts because they have too low range, right? So when we want to engage, we want to make sure that our Immortals are in the fight. So have some Immortals in the front, and then force field and try to cut off his units. Don't try to engage immediately. You're just gonna make sure that you're gonna force field, and that is why you're gonna have the sentries in the front as well. So somewhere in the front and middle, so the sentries can force field this army out, and at the same time your Immortals are gonna be pushing. So as you can see, my Immortals got cut out of the battle, and that's not what we wanted. We want them to be in the front, but not too far in the front, so the sentries cannot force field. So I prioritized the sentries a bit higher, and as you can see, like over half of his army is actually not in the fight. And this, we won the force field battle, but he have blink, so he's gonna force field out of that, and then it looks like we lost it. So we forced him to blink, which is of course a disadvantage for him. And of course, to make it fair, we're gonna kill our own Immortal, because, you know, just to be fair. Well, that was actually a misclick. Well, anyways, you're just gonna chase him down and keep warping in more stalkers and sentries. So don't try to take up to what is it they call, disruptors and colossus or anything, because the main army composition should be blink, Immortal, sentry, and when he goes charge, you're gonna go adepts with attack speed. So yeah, like this is just how it should look. The army composition: stalker, Immortal, sentry, and then you're gonna push and end the game before 150 supply, because I feel like this army composition is the best below 150 supply, mostly because once you get to the late game, the disruptors cannot miss. They rarely miss because your army composition is so huge. Well, anyways, you see the point with this, right? I force field and he cannot engage me. He cannot do the fancy blink micro. So that is why the force fields are so good. Well, anyways, like that is just how the fight goes. So I don't think I'm gonna show anymore. Like the fight goes on, we are ahead. You can see that we are ahead in probe count. We have 5 Immortals versus 1 Immortal, and the stalkers are more for support unit. So we are ahead in anyways. I'm not gonna waste any more of your time, guys. You don't really need to watch anymore. So I'm just gonna say thanks for watching. Let me know how you know how it's going on the ladder, if you guys are doing good. And of course, I would like if somebody could comment on the microphone, if it's better than the Siberia Elite or if it's a bit worse. Because this microphone, I paid about $200 for it, and I feel like it's kind of I don't use it that often. I feel like it's kind of a waste. But it's a studio microphone, the quality is higher, though you guys can hear everything around me, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Anyways, let me know. Make sure to comment in the YouTube comment section, and of course, if you have any question, you're also welcome to ask me. As I said, I'm going to be linking the build order in the description of the YouTube video. So with that, I will say thanks for watching, guys. I see you guys in 2 days. I think I'm going to upload a PvZ replay and maybe some early game aggression builds, because I have some one Homestory Cup, which is amazing, right? So I'm gonna be trying to cover that and show you guys what he did. Maybe I'm gonna copy some of his build orders, I don't know. His build was really good, though I'm not a big fan of Stargate versus Terran players, so I'm gonna be making a PvZ replay of his PvZ games versus Scarlet and Steel. Anyways, thanks for watching, see you guys next time, and stay awesome.